Welcome to Let Us Farm. My name is Emily Famunuel Oge of Let Us Farm. Thank you all who have tuned in to air your views on what could have gone wrong with this catfish. So now we have to look at it critically and look at what likely may be the problem. So if you are having any problem in your own farm, all you need to do is simply do a video of this your problem. Do the video while feeding your catfishes and send this video to 081-353-48909. So when I look at these videos, I will be able to profile you with a solution to solving your problem. So I will be right back to discuss this. Have a preview of that video to refresh your memories. Welcome back. So like I said, we're looking at the video you just watched now. So what could be wrong with this catfish? All right, let's start from the pond so that we can be able to analyze the situation. So like I said, the pond is a 15 by 10 pond. Now, ordinarily, if you are raising catfishes in this pond to 1 kg, what you are supposed to stock there and have the best of the result is 170 fishes. Yes. And it has to be at 3 feet water height. Yes. I know many people always, when I say this, they say, no, hey, look at the fishes, they are still small, blah, 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 blah. But the thing is that whatever you do in your pond is entirely your own decision. So if the outcome is good, oh, wonderful. But if you have any problem in the outcome, oh, it's still okay. It's all your decision. So now, like I said, this pond is going to take 170 fishes to 1 kg at 3 feet water high all throughout. But in this pond, he has 1,000. So now you watch the fishes during feeding, the fishes you watch during feeding, you can see the clustering of the fishes, how they come during feeding. So there's something you don't understand. Yes, fishes will always cluster together, but then the impact when they are over what they are supposed to be is the problem. So look at the fishes that dropped. The one I showed you, like these ones, you can see that when you look at the body of these fishes, you see that it's scaled out. So one, there are two effects that can cause this. If you look at it very clear, you see that there are places like bite force on the skin, showing that could be that other fishes try to actually eat this fish. Then apart from that, because there are many in that pond, the body friction when the fish is almost late, will now bring these scratches that you are seeing on the body of the fish. Now, what if he had 170 fishes in that pond? Do you know what will happen? This is where the trick comes. If he had 170 fishes in that pond and not 1,000, now the fishes will have no opportunity of coming too close, because he said each time he changes water, they drop. Each time he changes water, they drop. So the main thing is that they are more in that pond. So because they are more in that pond, their waste in that pond is high. The ammonia in that pond is high. So if they don't injure themselves by bite force or by body friction, they are going to drink high ammonia concentration of the water. And when they drink that, it goes into the system and kills them. This is what many people will never see, because you can't see how ammonia works in the fish, inside the fish. It's just like when a human being has an internal problem. Do you know what is even the internal problem? You don't know. They say, oh, somebody has an infection inside. How did that infection get inside? Could be as a result of what goes into the mouth. Most times, that's what is going to take the infection down in. But this is the problem, because many people actually look at the thing that, oh, they are small, blah, blah, blah. But you don't understand that even if they are small, the congregation, that number, since it's more than that place, the water in that pond is going to be highly contagious to the fishes. Because I keep on saying this thing, each of the fishes, whenever they eat, they are going to pass out something. That thing they are passing out is going to be in the water. If it's too much in the water, that is the high ammonia concentration that you're going to have. And these fishes actually drink this water. because they live in the water 24 hours. So the water keeps going in and out of their system. So each time it goes in and there is high ammonia concentration, it's going to damage the internal organs. But you will never see that. So most times what I do is I don't argue. If you just look at it and say it's okay for you, it's good. So when you start having crisis and people start telling you a lot of things, because the thing is that definitely man must chop. So if you're having crisis and people are saying buy these drugs, I don't discourage people from buying it. I will only tell you that there's no point buying the drug, because if you want to solve a problem, get to the root of the problem and solve that problem. But if you are giving cosmetics surgery to the thing when the real thing is still there, it will never go. So you buy drugs, you give them, you think it's working. It's not working. They are still dying. Because I have had many people come to tell me, oh, we bought this, we bought that, but it doesn't seem to work. I tell them, it's not that those things you are using are going to do anything. No. The real problem, you have not solved it. And what is the real problem? You have overstocked. Simply go and look for another pond and reduce the number. This is something that is supposed to take 170 and get to 1 kilo to give you the best of results. So if for some reasons when you are starting, you don't really have money, but you know that you have another pond, so you can actually put 300 here. With time, you reduce the number. If you have 300 here, these things will not happen at this age. It won't happen. But when they are more than this age, it will happen. That's how this thing works. So some people tell me, oh, how many inches? There is nothing like how many inches. What works in your pond is the length, the width, and the depth of the pond. That's what gives the whole situation that you're looking at in a catfish farming. So some people say, oh, we have this drum. Your fishes don't need all those heights. All they need is 4 feet from the ground so that your water level can be at least 3 feet. Because they are not sharks, so they are not deep water fishes. So if you put them in a 6 feet water fish, it's a problem to them. Now, in this particular situation, what's going to be the solution? Very simple. Look for money, go and get a tarpaulin pond, divide the fishes, depending on what you want to sell as your target. If you want to have 90 plus rate to be 1 kg and above, that means you still get more ponds. But if you are interested in having like 500 rate, well, if you get another pond of almost the same measurement, then you will be close to that, but you may not have 90% plus rate. People don't understand this. I've tried to explain this. What is your 90 plus rate? It means that the sizes you are going to sell, all of them, 90% of it will be the same size. Why do you need 90 plus rate at sales? Because it's when they are the same size at your selling time, that's when you make money. If you have like 10% very big and others are not big, you are making a loss. The problem about catfish farming is that sometimes you doing it is looking like it's good. But when you now make sales, you now say, no, what kind of business is this? This is a bad business. Because then the reality will just come down on you. You don't make the money that you invested. Instead, you lose more money. Then you now start saying, what did I do wrong? But then you listened, but you never wanted to do those things. You believe that, some people believe that, hey, this guy is always raising the bar. It's not the bar. I'm not raising any bar. It's a very simple thing. I always say this thing. If you want to start catfish business and you don't have money, there's no point going in that high level. You don't need to. If it was me and I have this pond, I don't need to stock 1,000. No. The profit you will make if you stock 200 in this pond will be more than the loss you will make when you stock 1,000 in the same pond. Because the 1,000 in this pond, you will not see anything. Instead, it's going to be a loss. But if you stock 200 in this same pond and feed them very well, when you sell them, you will sit to one place and say, okay, I made this profit. Oh. And that's what matters in every business. It is the profit at the end of the business that encourages you to do more. But when at the end of each business, you keep on asking yourself, where did I go wrong? Then that means you are discouraged to do more of those business. So like I said, in this situation, what went wrong? He overstocked the pond. And so the fishes are having to injure themselves, attack themselves, and the feeding is not very good. Take it to the bank. Nobody will want to hear this, but that's the truth. Anytime you start seeing that fishes are trying to eat themselves, it's not me that is doing it, but they are not feeding very well. It could be you are using the wrong size of feed. Maybe when they're supposed to be on 2 you are giving them 6 very wrong. So, but the fishes are not eating very well. So when they're not eating very well, they are hungry. And when they are hungry, they create feed for themselves. And that's what happens. So, like I said, one, overstock. Number two, if the feeding is bad, so you have to reverse on the feeding, feed them with the appropriate size of feed, and make sure to maintain 3 feet water high at all times. If this is done, these fishes will still do very, very fine at the end of the day. So, I will bring you more of such topics, and please, your comments are very encouraging. I'll be right back. See you in the next episode.